Hey guys, so I got a standard battle against Zar Roc from Abra's Asylum. I'm using my mixed team at the moment because I don't have a standard team. It did really well in this battle, so it might be my standard team. I lead off my Scarf Torterra as he leads off with an Infernape. I thought it was a standard Focus Sash Infernape with Saltarox, but it ends up being a Life Orb Infernape, which sucks for me because I should have used Earthquake instead of Stone Edge. I used Stone Edge because I didn't want to get locked into Earthquake and have him switch into a flying Pokemon. So he knows I'm locked into Stone Edge, so he goes into his Heatran. And I know he's gonna use Fire Blast or Earth Power or something. So I go into my Politoed, knowing that it's a great counter for Heatran. And he goes into his Rotom as I predict a switch out and use Hypnosis, but I miss. And I don't want this Rotom to set up a sub because a lot of Rotoms carry subs, so I use Surf, and it does take down a sub, which is nice for me. And yeah, I'm predicting a Thunderbolt here, or Thunder, or whatever, and I switch into my Torterra to take that, and he does go for the Thunderbolt, and it doesn't do anything to the Torterra because it resists it. And yeah, I thought he was going to switch out, since Rotoms have no defense whatsoever, and as he goes for the Shadow Ball, I set up Rocks, predicting a switch. But yeah, he doesn't switch out, which is good for him, bad for me. So now I have to switch out, and I know a Houndoom can take both a Thunderbolt and a Shadow Ball. And yeah, it takes a nice. I thought he was gonna switch back into his Heatran, but he switches back into his Flygon. And I thought he was gonna switch out here because most Politoads carry Ice Beam, but I guess he doesn't know, and he just uses Earthquake to do as much damage as possible. And it ends up not even 2 KOing the Politoed, as I go for the Hypnosis, and it does hit the Flygon, which is nice for me. And next turn I get to use Ice Beam, and that's going to take down the Flygon, since Ice Beam is 4 times effective, and yeah, and Flygons aren't bulky or anything, so that's definitely going to take down the Flygon. And my Politoed is looking really nice right now. He goes into a Swellow, and I don't want to take a Facade or a Brave Bird, so I go into my Torterra as Death Fodder, but he ends up going for the Protect. So yeah, that was bad prediction on my part, but it doesn't really matter because he ends up killing my Torterra anyways. And now I go into my Scizor. I thought he was going to switch out, so I just used Superpower. I thought he was going to switch out to his Heatran, knowing that I have Bullet Punch, but he ends up U-turning for some reason. I don't know why. That's really bad prediction on his part, but even worse prediction on my part, I guess. So yeah. But he goes into his Absol for some really weird reason, and I just use Superpower and takes it down. And he goes into his Heatran, and I'm expecting a Fire Blast or Earth Power, and he does use the Earth Power onto my Politoed, but it doesn't do that much since Politoed is an absolute tank. And I'm pretty sure he's going to switch out, and I know none of his Pokemon resist water since I've seen all his Pokemon. And yeah, I just use Surf, and it does a massive amount of damage to the Rotom. And yeah, I'm just going to switch out into my Houndoom again, because I know and Houndoom can take both Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball, like I said earlier. And yeah, it does take it like a champ, and I'm just going to Sucker Punch this turn to take down the Rotom, and yeah. So the Rotom does go down, and that's nice for me. And he goes into his Infernape, and I thought Sucker Punch would KO this Infernape, but it ends up not KOing, just leaves him down with like minimum red HP, which is like terrible since my Houndoom does die. So yeah, but the good thing is the Infernape dies from Life Orb Recoil, which is good for me. And I go into my Politoed hoping he would go into his Heatran, but he does go into a Swellow, and I know he's gonna Facade here. So I go into my Gengar, and I want him to kill my Gengar with Brave Bird, knowing that Recoil and Poison damage after his turn would definitely kill the Swellow, and it ends up killing the Swellow, and that's nice for me. And so all I know is he has a Heatran left, and I have both Scizor and Politoed and my Pikawoo, which is my Pikachu, and I still don't know if this Heatran's Scarfed, but now I find out it's Scarfed, and it absolutely rapes my Pikachu, which is really sad, because I didn't get to use it in this match at all. So he locks himself into Magma Storm, and it does a surprisingly good amount of damage to POLITOED. And yeah, it does extra damage with the Magma Storms every turn. So I don't have any leftovers recovery because the Magma Storms take it away. And my Surf doesn't quite kill the Heatran. So yeah, but next turn, I will if I survive, and if I don't, I can go to my Scissor and Bullet Punch for the win. So, yeah, that's game. Good game, Zar Roc. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. See ya.